Hello everyone, I have a little story to tell about this craft before I continue. If you want to jump right to the how-to section of this video, please skip to time reference that's indicated on your screen right now. Now, when I was a little girl, I used to visit my grandmother's house at Christmas time, and she had a little Christmas village under her tree. And they were made with cardboard and paper, and they were covered in glitter, and they had little lights in the back of them. Now, little did I know at the time, these were actually called Putz houses or glitter houses, and it's a traditional kind of a Christmas village that's used in different parts of the world. Now, when I was looking for some recycled Christmas crafts to do for my channel this year, I found these, and I was so excited that I could actually make these for myself. So I made a few of them to hang on my tree, and I hope to pass on a couple of them to Max when he moves away for his Christmas tree so that the tradition can continue. So here we go.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone. I found this particular template that I'm going to show you here on a website called christmasnotebook.com. I will provide a link in the description box below the video where you can go to the website and print out your own template. And I printed mine out on cardstock paper, and because it's just a lot easier to handle and you can reuse your template. So once it's printed out, you need to cut out the template. You're probably better cutting it out with an X-Acto knife and a straight edge, or you can cut it out with a pair of scissors like I did here. The X-Acto knife is just a little bit more accurate, I find, and the edges are more crisp. Once you're done cutting out the template pieces, now it's time to arrange it on your Christmas card. Now the Christmas card you're going to use is going to be one of the larger size Christmas cards, and you need a Christmas card that's big enough so that it contains the entire template. Now, not all of the template's going to fit on the colored part or the printed part with the nice things on it on the Christmas card. But I suggest that you just make sure that the nice part of the card ends up on the front of the house. So just make sure that your template fits. Flip the card over and arrange the template onto the inside of the card. Arrange the template to make sure that the front of the house is sitting on top of the part of the card that has the nice design on it. Arrange the card and then take little tiny pieces of sticky tape and just stick the template down onto the card so that it doesn't move around. Then take a pencil and just draw the outline of the template onto the card. Then when you're done drawing the outline, you should go and draw the fold lines. Because this template contains little flaps that you're going to fold to assemble the house, it's better if you mark them off with a straight edge and a pencil so that you know where they are. And on the template, anywhere you see a dotted line, those are fold lines, and anywhere there's a solid line means it's a cut line. I also drew on the little windows and the door. And of course, you can vary the size and the shape of any of the little openings on this house to suit your taste, and you can make it your own that way. Once you're done drawing, then it's time to start cutting out. Now, I used scissors for a couple of these, and I didn't really like the results very much, but it is so much easier, and it's actually so much nicer if you use an X-Acto knife or a box cutter and a straight edge to do all your cutting. It just makes a really nice finish to the card, and I find the end product is just a lot nicer. So I went around and cut out all of the windows and the door, and then I cut out all the way around the template as well. I did my cutting on top of a cutting board to make sure I saved my countertop, but if you have one of those craft mats, those are probably the best to use for this. Once your template pieces are all cut out on the Christmas card, now you're going to go around and you're going to fold all the flaps. I used a straight edge and a little plastic boning tool. Go around, fold all the flaps. You want some nice crisp folds. It'll just be so much easier when it comes time to assemble the house. So take your time and make sure the folding is all done. Now we're going to assemble the house by folding all the pieces in. I'm using just plain old stick glue. You can use hot glue for this if you want as well. What's important here is to fold the bottom part of the house first and glue everything down. Then let this dry and before you do the other roof portion. Now the reason you let it dry is that if you try to glue the roof on right away, because you have to kind of press down on it, it'll actually make all the other seams pop out, especially if you're using this kind of glue. So there we go, let that dry, and then you're going to add an additional roof piece. Now the additional roof piece is a rectangle and the dimensions are indicated on the template. Cut out the rectangle and then glue it on top of the house. Now I actually had enough of my Christmas card left over to be able to cut that rectangle out of the front of the card. Now if you don't have enough left over, you just find a similar color Christmas card and cut out a rectangle with that. And then I attached the tiny little roof piece that goes over the door. Now finally, to decorate this, because these are called glitter houses, you need to put lots of glitter on them. I outlined the windows and doors using a little bit of glitter glue. And I added additional glitter here because there wasn't quite enough glitter in this particular glue that I was using. You can just use plain glue that dries clear, outline the windows and doors, and then add additional glitter. I recommend that you put the glitter on the house on top of a piece of paper, and that way when you're done you'll be able to gather up all the glitter that's fallen on the paper and then reuse it on another house. So add all the glitter, and then once the glitter's added, you're just going to tap off some of the excess and allow your house to dry. And of course, I also outlined the little hole in the back of the house. I think those little holes were actually to put lights in the houses. I think that's the original intent of these little holes, because all of the Putz glitter houses have them. Okay, now for a final touch, I'm using Mod Podge, which is kind of like a glue. You can just use any kind of glue as long as it dries clear. I spread it on the peak of the roof as well as the edges of the roof of the houses. And then what I did is I used some crystal glitter and sprinkled it on just to make it look like there's snow on the roof of the house. And I also put some on the little peak of the little tiny roof that's over top of the door. Same idea. And then once that's done, let the house dry completely. Now to turn this into an ornament, you need to put a hole in it. And basically you're going to put a hole through the peak of the roof using a sharp metal object. Now the little craft kit I had that had the little X-Acto knife in it, it had tweezers and a bunch of other things to use for crafts. It also had this little, I'm going to call it an awl, I guess. It's a little metal pointy object that you can poke through. Just make sure you do this when your house is completely dry, and it'll make it a lot easier to poke through that peak of the roof without destroying the house. And then I added a piece of fishing line through the hole, tied it off to make it into an ornament. Of course, you don't have to turn it into an ornament if you don't want to. You can just put them under the Christmas tree the way they are. But these are a perfect size for a Christmas ornament. And there they are. I was really happy with the way these turned out. I thought they were absolutely adorable. And you know, if you use your old Christmas cards, if you look inside the house, you may actually be able to see the message and the signature of the person that sent it to you, which kind of makes it like a little extra special kind of a house. This one was kind of cool because the part of the Christmas card that I put for the roof actually said Merry Christmas on it. So that was even extra special. So look around for the cards that you have and pick out the ones that you think will make nice little houses. I hope you give this one a try. Thanks so much for watching. I have quite a few how-to videos that show you how to make great Christmas ornaments using stuff that you might have around the house, like old Christmas cards. A lot of them are kid-friendly and would make a great family activity. If you want to see this video, go ahead and click right on your screen. Look for the link in the description box or click on the little I. Bye-bye.